All right, so I am back with another video, and today I got something a little different. This is gonna be pretty cool. So what I have here is from EV Offer. It just came in today. This is brand new. This is an HDMI interface. So if this all goes well, I will be able to hook up PlayStation 5, a Chromecast, you name it. Anything that takes HDMI to the Tesla screen. So, pretty excited about it. So, what it comes with is an electronic control unit, also known as an ECU, which is what I'll refer to it as. There's several ports to it. And inside the box comes with a remote control with an infrared device. This here is an FM transmitter, which should help for some audio if there's Bluetooth delay. My hope is that I won't actually need this. We're gonna find out, I suppose. On their website, it said that if you're having a delay with the audio, that you'll need the FM transmitter. I'm not sure if we'll actually need that or not. I'm hoping that's only if you're doing like screen mirroring on your phone, and that if I have something else like a Chromecast plugged in, I won't need it, but I'm not too sure about that. And then in here, this looks like it's probably a power harness because there's a fuse in it, and typically that's what they put those on. And some more wiring harnesses. These look like they would go into the MCU based on those the shapes of them. They're not your typical Tesla connectors, which, you know, are kind of like what these are. Probably familiar with these. And we're gonna find out. There's no instructions in here, which is kind of unfortunate. So this is gonna be a figure it out kind of thing. This is a button, and I think this button controls the picture-in-picture and whatnot. I know you can see my hands; they're still not healed from doing the automatic lift gate a couple days ago. They're still just cut to shreds. That was a lot of work. This here. This is the actual IR itself, so for the remote. And then we have some more wires here, and it looks like a couple wire taps. Yeah, those right there are wire taps. So there's a couple, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to definitely tap into something. We are gonna see what exactly is all in store for here. I'm gonna try and film this as best I can and document it. However, it might be challenging because the area that I will be working in is most likely underneath the glove box. That tends to be where these types of things are gonna be, and probably underneath the driver's side. I'll see if I can get the camera in there, but we're gonna get started. Okay, I brought a couple other things out with me that I'm going to need, probably. So this is just a HDMI cord. It's basically an extension cord because I'm presuming that I'm going to have to mount the ECU somewhere out of sight. Likely either on the driver or the passenger side, up underneath this panel probably. And since I need to hook up an HDMI, I want it to be accessible. So what I'm hoping to do is then use this extension cord and try to, as clean as possible, run this cable so I can plug different things in and out to it. Another thing I'm definitely going to need is, if I want to power certain things, is I need an inverter. So 12 volts so I can plug in stuff. And I also got an extension of that as well, so that way I don't have to have this thing hanging out of my armrest, and hopefully I can do a clean install where it's not hidden in plain view. And an eyesore, because who wants that, right? You try to keep everything as clean as possible. I got a couple pry tools, I'll probably need that, a couple little screwdrivers, some electrical tape, and some lights. So I'm going to get started, and the first thing I'm going to do is I have to make a connection with the CAN bus, and I know from doing the automatic door handles that the location is up in here. It's up a little bit higher in my car. In some of the newer Model 3s, it's like right here in a blue inactive plug. It's just sitting there vacant. So that's handy for some of the newer Model 3s. The Model Y, I think it's over here. So I have to take off this panel, which is pretty easy to do. So what we do is start from here. Actually, I forgot something. First step, give me a second. I'm gonna try and mount my camera on a tripod so it's not as shaky this time. Okay, for here, apparently I can't mount it too good. So this is pretty easy. You just kind of pull it out. It's pretty easy. There's a clip here. The white piece sometimes can get stuck in here, but it probably won't. And then take off this here. We're gonna pull it from here, but first we gotta remove the little push pin right in there. So you just usually pop out the center a bit, and then you can kind of pull it straight out. And then we'll just put that in the cup holder. So then we'll set that aside. And you can just kind of pull from the inside in here, and it comes right out really easily. Just be careful though, because I don't want to scratch my my dash, or sorry, my glove box, because I just put a carbon fiber cover on it, because doing this previously I had scratched it. So again, this just comes right out, nice and simple. And I'm going to set up some lights so I can hopefully show you where I need to plug it in, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, I might be mistaken saying it goes to the CAN bus. I think that's only for AMD cars. Mine's an Intel, so I think mine goes to the MCU instead, which I believe I gotta take off this panel here above where the ambient lights are, and a couple other things. So again, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 little push pins gotta take out, and I'm gonna take a look, but I think that's where it has to go. Okay, so I've just kind of set my phone down, so hopefully I don't bump it and you guys can see me. I don't know if you can actually see. I think you can. So there's these pins here, and they just kind of push out. Okay. Come on, you. Gotta get the inside first. Why is that one stubborn? They're not usually this hard. Usually these are quite simple. There we go. This one. Here's another one. Oh. And I got one more here. Alright, so we got these 4. Let's put them, hopefully, did I drop it? No. Put them in the cup holder as well. And let's look and see if the MCU is up here. I think it might be once I pull this down, which I think that's it. I can't quite tell. I'll have to get in here and take a look. If not, it's on the other side. But we will disconnect the ambient lighting. I can get my light in here to see a little better. Just to give me some room. Push that in. Come on, you. There we go. Slides out. And we can disconnect this. Well, we may not even need to disconnect the speaker. This just gives me a little bit more play. And then I'll get up in here and take a peek. All right. Okay, so next what I gotta do, is I gotta connect to the MCU. Now, I already have the Nginx boost mod plugged into the MCU. So what I think I can do is piggyback off it, I hope. And what I will do is just unplug this here. Come on, you. And then in theory, I should just be able to run this off here. And then click this back into here. And hopefully this all jives. And then what I next need to do is, I think I have to run an extension from here to get power. So I gotta just do a little bit of trial and error and see. But this either goes into this guy here and then connects to the ECU, or it's one of these other wires. I think it's this one though, because I think this double one, and I could be mistaken, but there's like a double harness, and I think that this one is for AMD cars. I hope so. There is 0 instructions that came with this, so it's going to be trial and error. Oops. So what I'm pretty sure, is I hope you can see this, is this connects into here, and then this I think goes into the power slash in. So I think I've done that. And then next, I think I need to connect the audio to the MCU. So I will be back when I figure that out, and I'll show you what I have to do. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the one I have to disconnect. I think it's this guy here, this purple one. So what I think I gotta do is hold this in and then wiggle it out. You may not be able to see me, but you can pull the tab in and then just wiggle. Be careful though. It's one thing you always have to do, is be very careful with anything. I try to move the Nginx thing kind of out of the way a bit if I can. Alright. Just keep wiggling. It's in there good. Huh. Yeah, of course it is, like everything else. There's not a lot of playroom too. What I'm going to have to do is not be able to record this, because I need to lie in here where the camera is. So basically I'm going to lie right down, try to get both hands in there, and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle so I can get it out. It's in there pretty good though. Okay, so there's a couple different ones. This one's basically an extension cable. So this is going to go to the cable that we disconnected. And obviously we're going to need the female end. So that's going to go right in here. I think. Let me just turn this away. Okay, and then on the ECU, this is going to go into OEM out. So just right in there. And then there's another one. It's kind of similar, but this one we need to plug into the MCU, and this is going to go into MCU in. And me just look at it. I think it actually should matter, which I don't think it really matters how they have it turned. So it goes in like that. Okay. And then, so this is kind of like a bypass, I suppose. And this should go into where I unplugged. So I hope you can see this. So it kind of goes. I don't know if you can see this, but okay. So that's in there. Okay, so that is done, and we are moving on. Okay, so the next stage is we're gonna connect the button, and that's this guy here. So I haven't decided quite where I'm gonna mount it yet. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it on the driver's side, and I'm just gonna mount it maybe right in here, just in a spot that'll be innocuous. And to route that, what I'll do is I'll run the cable through here and through here. I'm sure you know how to open this up already. You can just reach it from the outside here. Mine's already loosened up, so you can just kind of, you see my hands? I don't think you can. So you can just route it through here on both sides, straight through, and I can kind of pull it up in. You can actually get underneath this here, so it should be relatively clean. Anyway, it'll just be sticking out a bit, and the button will go there. And I'm probably gonna do the same with the IR sensor, which where is that? That is right here. So that's just so the remote will work. Anyway, so it's pretty straightforward where you plug it in. The button goes in the one that says mode, and the IR goes in the one that says IR. So we'll test that out, and I will be back. Okay, so now that I have that plugged in, none of the wires are ran, but just for proof of concept to test it out, we're gonna take the button. Oh, sorry, before you do that, since we're plugging an HDMI device, and in my case, I'm using a Fire Stick, and you wanna plug it in HD in. LVDS in, we are not going to use, and because of that, on the back here, the first switch, you wanna turn that down. And that is all I need to do, because I have an Intel car. If you have an AMD car, I think you have to push number 3 down. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to me. And so we do that. So for now, what we're going to do is, let's see if I can hold this steady. If I can, in the car. So as you see, you know, like, it's working, right? So my car is, where is the button? So this is the thing when you do tests and you have stuff. So I'll push the button, and as I say, I plugged in my Fire Stick, and I just powered it to the USB in the back of the console. So I'll push this, and this is my Fire Stick hooked up. I don't have any sound right now. I've connected it to Wi-Fi already, so that's fantastic. So that's working 100%. So the next thing I got to do is get sound working, because unfortunately it's not working with sound. So you need to use the FM transmitter that is with the kit. So it's pretty straightforward. You just connect it into aux out here, but that works. But we have to tap the power. So I'm gonna be a minute or two setting this up, but we're gonna disconnect the power here, and we're gonna use the 2 provided taps to tap in, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is tap the power. Hope you can see this okay. So what we're gonna do is you have to strip and here the other part of the FM transmitter. We got to give this some power, so we'll take off the power here, the red one. We'll need some electrical tape afterwards. We'll just kind of twist them up here, Okay, and then we'll take out our power and we insert in the red, this gray one, and then it's got a little spike here, so then we're just gonna twist this in, and it should pierce the wire. Hopefully. I'm gonna double check just by unscrewing it and see if it actually did. Yes, it did. Okay, so that's good. That's all I need is pierce it, so we'll get it nice and tight. Okay, so next what we're going to do is you're going to take this end and stick it in here, and then twist it in. Not sure how far I can go, but we'll see. Nope, lost it. Need it so it gets in there tight. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that should be okay. Just give it a little pull, make sure it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to tape this end after I'm done. And then we're going to do the same thing on the black. So I'll take the other one here, unscrew this. I hope you guys saw all that. I can't see my camera. So then on the black, again, slide it in through here. And, let's give ourselves a bit more play. And we'll slide it down a bit more. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to again double check that I pierced the wire. Otherwise I won't have a connection. So I need my light for this. Yes, I did. Just this tiny hole, but that's all I need is to make that connection. It's metal touching the wire. And then again with the black, just pull that back, twist this guy. Oh my goodness, my phone needs to shut up. It's going off like crazy. Put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so unscrew that. I should be able to just shove this in. Oop. Okay, again, make sure that it's tight. Then we can plug this back in. And then what we will do is I'm going to go back in here. Where is my Fire Stick remote? Well, I guess I shouldn't need it. I'll just use the button. Switch to that. Yeah, I do need to put something on. Give me a second. I'll be right back once I get something turned on. Okay, so I have some video. I don't have sound yet, so I'm gonna have to play with the FM transmitter and find a station that works. First, so let's open this up here. And then on the back of it, it tells you stations that you can tune it to. And hopefully I'll find a good one. And then on it, there are numbers. Here, let me just turn that down. So there's, it tells you the stations. So for example, the first one, 87.7. And then you see 1, 2, 3, 4, L. And you notice there's some H's in there. So on the side, L's at the top, H is at the bottom, and then there's numerics. So for example, the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the L position. So you can just use a little screwdriver to, in this case I can probably use my hand. So I'll just put them all up. So they're in the L position, and this station is 87.7. So we'll just try that. 87.7, tune. And let's see if I get anything. Oh my goodness. First station.
I saw this cut branch.
It worked. Oh, that's awesome.
The cut itself was blackened, so it had been cut some time ago, but it had been cut by...
Oh my goodness, this is working. So play around with the station and see which one works best for you depending on your area. But the first station worked. So the next thing will be to clean this all up, figure out where I'm going to mount everything, but you don't need to see me figuring that out. I can show you the finished product after and tell you where I mounted it.